Welcome back, Shalligators. Today we've got a different type of video. It is one that has been posted in the Shallons, and I actually liked it so much. I thought all of you guys need to see this. The ego is egoing. But no, seriously, over in the Shallons, we have been talking about something I call Pinterest friends. Friends who are dreamers, they're not doers. Their life is just one big Pinterest board. Oh, I want to go to Paris. I should start a blog, but they don't actually do anything more than just like pin these ideas somewhere in their mind, or sometimes literally on Pinterest. By the way, I'm big on Pinterest now. I'm big active on Pinterest. If you want a little like pep in your step, some like bad bitch alpha quotes to put on some Pinterest boards here and there, follow me. The link is down below. I take some pretty pictures. I put a sassy quote over it. It's what I have on all my Pinterest boards. I'm like, I should make these. I can do it better. Anyway, so Pinterest friends are people who are just never really gonna take it offline. They're never gonna put a dream into action, or worse, they put constant dreams into actions, but they don't follow through on any one of them. It's like every other month, there's some new scheme. There's some new rebrand, there's some new thing they're signing up for, there's some new plan. Nothing ever really goes anywhere. And those people can be really, really detrimental to us and the dreams we're actually chasing, because it's like they get this dopamine high off of just starting something and getting like the excitement and the applause. Meanwhile, we're over here in the trenches, in the sticky middle of goal getting, when we've long since moved past the applause of starting it, and the finish line is maybe still a little bit in the future. And these people can be very annoying. But after I posted that video, which you join the Shallons, you can watch, you can get access to all of my content. And now feels like a good time to mention, you can join for free. Now until Sunday night at midnight, join the Shallons and get a week for free. Come join us, come binge all of my content, all the videos I've ever done, plus Evil Weeks, Shallentine's Day, my hookup tutorials, my dating app course, it's all in there, not to mention 30 group chats. You can connect with other girls, see what it's all about. You got nothing to lose. Come on in, and your free trial, your free week starts from the day that you sign up. 7 days, all yours. But when we were in the group chat, after I had posted that video, which yes, you can watch, some of the girls were like, I am that friend though. I am the dreamer. And I don't know what to do. I don't know if my life is just kind of passing me by. Bitch, I've got some words for you. So I wanted to post this video on here so you guys could see some of this advice if you need a little bit of a kick in the pants yourself, and just also the kind of stuff we talk about in the Shallons. We get really deep, and I've done some follow-up videos on this topic, which again, if you join for free, you can watch, binge everything that's already been in there, and get excited for 5 new videos a week, a podcast that's really relaxing and vibey on Sunday, and yes, connections to hundreds of girls around the world, probably in your area, that you could meet up with and actually have like a bestie, like an IRL bestie. So without further ado, take it away, Shallons, Shallon, and your weird props. Okay, girls, I'll see you later. I love you. Mwah! Welcome back, girls. It's Serene Sunday. Now, I know normally I do Sunday as a podcast, but today we needed some visual aids for our video. That's right. We have a graduation balloon because, bitch, it's graduation day. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna put on my cap and gown. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put on my cap and gown, okay? Yeah, look at me. I'm a graduate. That's me. And you move it to the other side. Do you guys remember in Gossip Girl when Serena and Blair graduated from high school and everyone else had their cap and gown with a tassel, and Serena literally took the tassel and just clipped it into her hair and didn't wear a hat? Iconic. No, like that was so, nobody realizes the majesty of that moment. Anyway, I wanted to do a video today because first of all, I owe you girls. Friday, I was trying to give you a follow-up video to our Wisdom Wednesday post because let's recap. Let's just go back in time. Our Wisdom Wednesday post last week was about what we called Pinterest friends. Pinterest friends, the friends who are like dreamers, they're not doers. They love to like imagine things like Paris. This is my Paris board. I'm gonna go to Paris. And you're like, fuck yeah, let's go to Paris. I know this weird YouTuber. Her name's Shallon. She hosts trips. Let's go. And they're like, oh, yeah, Paris. They're never gonna fucking go to Paris. They're never gonna go to Paris. Okay. And you realize it's not just Paris. You realize that there's a lot of things in their life that they're just dreaming. And it's just like, I'm gonna start a business. I'm gonna run a marathon. I'm gonna do something. And I think that there's also the trend that like every few months or few weeks, there's a new like, thing. They're never putting stuff into action. And listen, I want us to be dreamers. You have to be a dreamer. The dream comes before the doing, right? The dream starts in your heart and then you take action. But that's the difference between us and them. We take action. However, some of you girls, 2 of you in particular, I'm going to call you out because I love you. Nani and Thrasher were in the group chat and you're like, ooh, I am the dreamer. I am the Pinterest friend. I think it was Nani who's like, this feels like the performance review I did not ask for. So sorry. I'm sorry. But you girls had some incredible insight, like self-awareness. And we were talking about it in the chat and you're like, both of you were like, I just wonder, I worry that my life might be passing me by. Like I'm trying to live like a soft life, but is the cost of that, I'm not going after my dreams. And sometimes I get so overwhelmed thinking about going after them, even if it's like one of you said, like an online course I paid to do. I just never did it. And I will procrastinate until basically I talk myself out of the goal. I just come up with enough excuses that I'm like, I didn't really want to do it anyway, whatever. I'm worried that I'm going to like wake up and be like, I've wasted my life. And both of the girls who were saying this were like 23, 24, 25, like in that range. So I'm here to serve some realness, okay, in this graduation outfit. You're right to be worried. You're right to be worried. And let me tell you something. You can be mad at me this whole video. I can be your least favorite person on planet Earth when you're done watching that. That's fine. I can take it. I would rather be the person you despise for saying this than you wake up 5 years from now and you despise yourself. You can hate me all you want. That's totally fine. I don't want you hating yourself. And if you don't absorb this video, or whatever, some advice is coming from somewhere, including from yourself, because that's where it's really starting. This is not me serving all this realness. You are actually serving it to yourself through what you were saying in that group chat. You're gonna wake up and be pretty fucking pissed. Pretty pissed. So that's what I want to talk about today. We're going to loop in this theme of graduating because I want us to feel like we're graduating from this sort of weird stagnation in our life. Okay, so it is literally graduation time. I went to the grocery store today and I got this brilliant idea for this video. You're like, it's okay. Just bear with me. And I loved this balloon because look, it says, go change the world. Graduate. Go change the world. Go change the world. Go change the world. And I love that. And I started to think about my own college graduation and what a hellscape it was. I was so stressed about graduating from college. I made myself monstrously sick. Like I had this huge fever all through graduation. I was like sitting there in the sun like a lizard. My mom had to like drive me home. It sucked. I didn't go to any grad parties. I don't even think we had any. My college was like, whatever. Cal Poly it's a good school, but I don't know. I didn't love college. I was glad to be done with it. Or so I thought until I was done with it. And then I was staring down the barrel of life. And I got a marketing job or whatever right out of school. And I was suddenly in an office and I was like, this is stupid. I don't know what I'm doing. You don't get any time off. And I thought, if I have to do this until I'm 65, I will kill myself. Like, I cannot do this. I can't do this. It was a nightmare. And I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to live in a big, cool, fancy city, not in my hometown with my mother, like pushing papers around. I don't even know what I was doing at that job. It was stupid. I hated it. And I just got more and more exhausted with my anxiety over my future, right? And I left that marketing job, and then I was a waitress, and then I went into finance, and I went back to waitressing. And this is all within like a 1.5 year period. Like I was turning and burning because I'm like, this didn't make me happy. Well, that didn't make me happy because only one thing was going to make me happy, and that was moving to a big city and pursuing my dream. And one of my best friends shot me straight. She's like, you use the same amount of energy running away from your dreams, Shallon, as you do running towards them. So which is it gonna be? This is not a new concept. If you ask almost any successful person, they're gonna tell you some variation of the same thing. Suffering is inevitable. Suffering is inevitable in this life. You are going to suffer. You are going to have to go into your mind palace and talk yourself into something. You're going to have to zombie walk and put one foot in front of the other for the vast majority of your life. However, the choice you have is not, do I suffer or not? No. The choice is, do I suffer the pain of regret, or do I suffer the pain of creation? That mind palace that you have to go into and talk yourself into something, you know what it's going to be? It's going to be the same horseshit things that my enemies here in Bozeman have to talk themselves into. I don't even want Shallon's life. It looks stupid. I know. Who wants to be in Sorrento in the Amalfi Coast? It looks so stupid. Who wants to fit into their clothes? Who wants to wake up not hungover? Not me. Who wants to be in a healthy relationship? Oh, there's a lot of mental gymnastics. Or you could be in my mind palace. Fuck, I wish I could sleep till noon tomorrow. But I'm not going to, because I'm going to get up, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to make content, I'm going to do my taxes. Well, someone's going to do my taxes. I'm going to be a productive person. I'm going to have to go into my mind palace and convince myself I got to do what needs to be done. I'm still in a mind palace. They're still in a mind palace. They're still convincing. There are still those mental gymnastics of, come on, let's talk ourselves into this. You're going to feel so good once you're at Pilates. You're going to feel so good once you go through your emails. They're doing the same thing. These people who never went after their dreams, who maybe didn't have any, well, of course everyone has dreams, but whatever, they didn't go after them. They didn't challenge themselves. They didn't want to suffer. Oh, sweetheart, they are suffering. But their suffering is in service of fucking nothing, of nothing. There's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You know what's at the end of my rainbow? The Amalfi Coast. Trips with you guys. A bank account that doesn't make me barf every time I open my Chase app and see it, which absolutely used to be the case. A future I'm excited about. I sleep easy at night. I'm exhausted. I'm the same amount of exhausted as those fucking people. They're exhausted from white knuckling through their life, pretending like it's okay, being jealous, bitter, resentful, drunk, gambling, shopping, miserable. Oh, they're tired, okay, in service of nothing. I'm tired because I did a lot today. I'm tired because I was up packing for Europe. I'm tired because I was on the phone with my amazing boyfriend. I'm tired because I was just taking a million nudes. Because I like the way I look. Because I like it. I'm tired for the right reasons. Listen, one thing that you girls said in the group chat was, I don't know, people are like, your 20s are your peak, your 20s are the fucking best. Your 20s are very difficult. And I bring up this graduation thing. We're going to tie this all together. We're going to keep looping it back in. I remember I remember when I graduated, and I was working that marketing job, and I was like high-key miserable, right? And a guy who worked in my office, he was a few years older, and he's like, it takes about 2 years to get over college. And I was like, really? It sounded like an eternity. It might as well have been 500 years. Might as well have been. He's like, yeah, it takes 2 years to like really get over it and like get out of that mentality. And he's like, honestly, some people never do because they just hate their lives. And I was like, yes, no, that sounds like me. That sounds like me. And I was caught between this weird rock and a hard place because I didn't love college. I didn't love it. If I had, I maybe would have gone back to school, stayed in academia. I don't know. I didn't love college, but I sure as fuck didn't like this. So I was like, well, great. This is great. When was the last time I was happy? 10th grade? 4th grade? Good luck on that. It took a while to get over that. And so I also say, sorry, I feel like this video's all over the place. It's Serene Sunday, we're fine. Even though I'm like screaming at you. I have said a bunch of times that like 26 is peak douche, right? Like 26 is peak douche. Like when I've dated guys who are 26, oh my God, insufferable. I won't do it. It's because at 26, they just think they know everything. They are the cock of the walk. You know what? They're a cock of nothing. They're a cock of nothing. But they are, oh no, damn it, I spilled my drink. They've gotten their first promotion. You know, they're like maybe not an intern anymore. They have an actual desk. Their key card works when they swipe in. Maybe they don't have a roommate anymore, or they're like out of like 5 roommates. They just have 1 roommate. They're like, maybe have like a girlfriend. They're not like drinking till they barf every night. Their life has taken this sort of quantum leap, right? They've moved through the fog. It also coincides with that about 2-year period to get over college. I mean, that 26 is a little late, but you see what I mean. The fog is lifted and they're looking at their life and they're like, it's coming together. Okay. And holy shit, are they insufferable. Insufferable. Literally at 27. And I mean like on their birthday. I've witnessed this with boys because I've dated a lot. They would like snap out of it and they'd be like, yeah, I still have a long way to go, a lot to learn. But for that year of being 26, they're like, wow! Like they're so fucking proud of themselves. Insufferable. And I realized something when you girls were telling me this in the group chat. I'm 23, 24. I feel like I'm at this crossroads. Sweetheart, you are. What that 26-year-old douchebag is, and that it's agnostic men or women. I was a 26-year-old douche. It was such a nightmare. It's because the seeds they sowed at your age are starting to bloom. They're starting to bloom. When I was 26, I had moved to New York and I was like, getting it. You know, I was like, okay, I'm not crying on the subway. Well, I mean, you cry on the subway for a variety of reasons, but not because I didn't know how to use it. Like I had a stable apartment. I wasn't moving every 3 months and subleasing in Craigslist. I had a place with roommates. I had my first editor's job. And I'm like, wow, this is paying off. But you got to rewind to the age bracket that you're kind of in. And hold on, Tio, if you're like, well, I'm not 23, whatever. You can be at a crossroads at 23, at 33, at 43, at 53, at 63. It does not matter. Crossroads will come up again and again. And that's kind of the mind fuck of it. Is like, this is not, you set it and forget it. You go after your dream once, you never have to pivot. Nope. I have had many different career incarnations. Many. And I'll probably have more. But you become used to those incarnations. You become used to that work by laying the foundation for hard work when you're in your 20s. But again, it's never too late to learn. Okay, so when I was, 23, 24, I moved to New York. And I remember the happiest day of my life. One of the happiest days of my life. I was a waitress at Houston's, you know, obviously making no money. And I, through some connections, got an internship, unpaid, at Condé Nast. Now, Condé Nast was the publisher of magazines, Vogue, Vanity Fair, Glamour, I mean, Shape, Self. I got an internship at Self. It was, Anna Wintour still works there, like Devil Wears Prada, all of those shots. It is based at Condé Nast. Like that was the epicenter. You want to work in magazines, that's it. That's the place you go. and I got an unpaid internship. And I remember this. It was like a movie moment. It was my main character moment. I was like almost dancing through the lobby, leaving. I mean, look at how happy I'm even thinking about it. To get a job that was paying $0, I was like, wow! I was so happy, I almost cried. I might have cried. Even though it meant I was gonna be working every single day of the week, because it was a 5-day-a-week internship. Started early, ended late, then I would either go to waitressing or I was doing it like, I was working my ass off. And I knew I was going to. But you know what I knew? Beyond, wow, the schedule gonna be tough. Wow, I'm still gonna be poor, only more tired. Wow, I don't know what the future holds. You know what I did know? I was fucking doing it. I was on the path. And I knew that, and I thought that, I'm on the path now. I'm on the path. I have my foot in the door, and no one is going to take this away from me. I don't care how hard it is, because you know what? Being a waitress is hard. Working in finance, I hated it. Working in marketing, I hated it. That was hard in a way that was chaos hard. It was just like, I'm ready for purpose hard. I am ready for purpose hard. So fucking bring it on. And in less than 6 months, I had a full-time editorial job at FHM, at a men's magazine. I was out of the kitchen. I was out of the fashion closet. I was doing it. I was on the path. And I was so, so proud of myself. I could cry even thinking about it. I was so proud of myself because I was doing it. And so now, when I have to pivot, or when there's something that comes up where the alarm goes off, or I have this big project, or something fucking fails, I go back to that day in the Condé Nast lobby and knowing like I know, I am on this path and I am staying with it. I don't care what comes my way. I will do this. I will handle this. If I fall down, I'm getting back up. I have the data that I'm not a quitter, that I can suffer in the right direction. And you know what? It stops being suffering. And weirdly, you look at those times as the best times of your life, the climb. So listen, girl, you got a choice to make. And again, whether you're 23, 33, 53, it doesn't matter. If you are at a crossroads, whether that's, I gotta get out of this marriage. Or it's like, I am only trending down in terms of my health. My job is not going anywhere. My income is limited by my boss or my industry or whatever it is. People in this town don't like me. People in this town don't like you. It's time to graduate. I remember when I was younger thinking that I would just wake up one day and just snap out of my issues. I would snap out of my stagnation, my procrastination. I absolutely thought I would wake up one day and snap out of my eating issues. I thought I would snap out of my bad relationship behavioral patterns. Not that like I would magically be better, because there was nothing wrong with me, right? That this wonderful magical person came along and suddenly I didn't ever have the urge to flirt with other guys. I was able to let go of all my exes. Everything was perfect. Let me tell you something. I am a few miles down the road from wherever you are. It doesn't work like that. What will happen, and this is something you need to pay attention to because it might be happening. You're like, no, I don't think this is it. It is it. What happens is not you wake up, and you have no more issues in this category. No. You wake up and you're just full of purpose and full of drive and full of grit and commitment and routine, right? I'm just full of routine. I can do CrossFit 5 days a week. No. What you wake up and are full of is you're sick of your own bullshit. You're so exhausted. You're like damp with exhaustion. What that is is a rock bottom. You just submit. You just kind of submit, but in the way that you need to, in a good way. You submit to no longer gaslighting yourself. You just can't do it anymore. When I lost weight, I didn't wake up and I'm like, guess what? I don't have any issues with food anymore. It wasn't that. It was, I heard a message from my plastic surgeon who was like, you're too fat. I am sure other people told me that, but I was like, like I just was not trying to hear it. For some reason, she caught me when I was at that rock bottom, exhausted with my own bullshit, exhausted with my own self-gaslighting, and I heard her. And the solution that she gave me, which was Ozempic, allowed me to tackle the eating issues, right? And then that I've said a million times, that was a skeleton key. I was able to tackle one by one, like my dating issues, my issues with self-worth. A huge way that I did that is through that positive intelligence program. I've told you guys about that. Anna is starting another one in July. Now that it's June, she is accepting people into it. 15% off. Say you heard about it through me, and it'll be cheaper. I mean, like the Ozempic like cleared the way. I always say Ozempic is like a fire extinguisher, right? It puts out like these crazy mental fires. Positive intelligence helps you rebuild into something really amazing. And then you loop in Laura St. John's mindset coaching, and that's beautifying the palace. Because like you can't manifest something if your brain is still kind of on fire and you're caught in all these really bad behavioral loops that you like, either you are aware of them, but you don't know how to stop them, or you're not even aware that you're being hijacked and this is part of those bad behavioral loops. Like you just think it's part of your personality. I did. Like I just have a really bad temper. I just have a bad temper. That was one of my things. Like I just, work until I burn out. This is like, it's so central. And it like creeps into places like your sexual behavior too. It's wild. It's wild. So to be able to identify and dismantle those loops while they're happening and like actually have cognitive behavioral tricks, like things to do and think and write and physical actions to take to stop them, a whole new world. A whole new world. I wouldn't be, I can tell you who I would be. It's who I used to be. And I just feel so much more centered and different. And like, it's easy to look at the rest of the world and be like, well, they're the ones triggering me. That's true. But the amount that you get triggered is night and day. Like I'll still get really upset about something, but for like 2 hours, not literally weeks. And then I realized that the things I'm still ranting about are legitimately upsetting to me. And I can like, okay, I'm going to hone in on this, but it's not like everything is a sacred cow. Everything is triggery to me. And I'm realizing how I felt before. Anyway, I digress. Back to our graduation. But if you want to join Positive Intelligence, please do. Like I said, tell Anna that you heard it. You heard it here, that you're coming from me. You'll save 15%. It's an amazing group. It's like the best group chat of your entire life. Okay, back to graduating. Yeah, girl, you got two choices. Either you graduate from your own bullshit, you graduate from this juvenile belief that you're just gonna wake up one day and just be full of drive and desire and consistency. No. You're going to graduate from that. That is a juvenile mindset. Or you know what? You have another option. You need to graduate from the fantasy that life is going to be really cool. Graduate from the pressure of giving yourself the life that you're pinning, that you're dreaming about. You're not going to Paris, okay? You're not running a 5K. You're not marrying a rich man. You're not going to have really good, loyal friends. You're not, because you're not willing to work for it. And that's fine. But be honest with yourself about that. Look yourself in the eye and say, hey, those things that I see other people doing, I'm never going to do them. Not because I can't. I actually don't know if I can, because I refuse to try. So I am just going to get real comfortable here. I do not choose the pain of the climb. I choose the pain of regret. I choose that. I choose the path of cowardice. That's who I am. I am not a doer, I'm a dreamer. I choose a lot of resentment and bitterness and mental gymnastics to keep me here. I choose that. There's only two paths, right? If saying that out loud to yourself, and I literally want you to say that out loud. Take it one step further. Have a whole commencement speech for the death of the life you thought maybe you were going to live. Welcome, everyone. You're graduating today. You're graduating from the mindset and the fantasy that your life is going to be better than it is. No. You know, go change the world. That was for the doers. You dreamers, the world is going to change you. The world's not just going to change you. The world is going to harvest you. Thank you. You're going to be very useful and instrumental into making the dreams of other people come true. And when they feel bad about themselves, they're going to think of you and they're going to feel better. You're going to have a great place in this world for others. You won't really have a place for yourself because that's what you've decided, remember? You can switch courses anytime you want. Anytime you want. You can say, I don't want to do this. And you can start. You can put one foot in front of the other and go confidently in the direction of your dreams and live the life you've imagined. But if you don't complain about it. Don't complain about it. And if the idea of saying, hey, I'm going to be just this battery pack for other people in this world, if that seems gross to you, you got a lifetime of it. So I hope it feels not gross because it is only going to intensify the pain of suffering, the pain of starting, the pain of awkwardness. I've never been to the gym. I don't even know how to work out. I feel like a clown here. I don't know how to do my taxes. I don't know how to pick a microphone out. That decreases and exponentially decreases very fast. You start gaining this confidence. And what you are also doing is you're teaching your central nervous system that you didn't die. You went to the gym, you were a little clumsy in that Zumba class, but you did it. And did you die? Did you die? No. I have tried and failed at a lot of things. One thing was stand-up comedy. I've done stand-up comedy before. I did one open mic night. Did I crush it? Did I get some sort of contract for Saturday Night Live? No. But I did it. I got laughs. And that's what I focus on. I'm like, you know what? When I was walking up to that stage, I thought, this is going to kill me. This is going to kill me. I'm going to die up here. I'm going to die up here. But I didn't. And that is what I touch back to. When something new comes my way, I can do that. I did this when I had that fashion show. I literally thought, girl, you could get up there and do a stand-up comedy routine. You can walk around in a dress. This feeling of, I'm gonna die. And that's exactly how I felt before I got onto that runway. I was like, I'm gonna die. I literally remembered the stand-up comedy and I was like, you didn't die then. You didn't. And you maybe didn't even do that well. It was like B-, right? This you're gonna do better. You're not gonna die. But you have to go out and get that data. You have to go get it. And you have to just start. You have to just start. If you don't know where to start, listen, you break things into small, manageable pieces. Like I said, go to the gym once. Don't even go for a full hour. Go for 5 minutes. Go to the parking lot. If you can't even do that, practice just going to the parking lot and sitting there for 10 minutes and just getting in the mindset that I'm going to the gym. I go to the gym. I go to the gym. And here's another thing. Start with the tough parts. Start with the tough parts. Let's use the gym as an example, right? Because it sucks to get started. If I'm out of my workout routine for 2 weeks, I'm like, I feel square one. But then I go once, I'm like, okay, we're back. Like I'm back at where I started. But it's tough. Let's say that the fun part of being a gym girly is the outfits. Let's just say that, right? Like shopping, buying all your coordinated outfits. Let's say the sucky part is the alarm going off at 6. Blech. If you start where most people start, which is why most people fail, they start with the fun thing. They buy all the outfits, right? I love a fit. Just doing that. Or they brag about it online. You guys, I'm going to be a gym girly. What you're doing, the reason why this is bad, this is a cognitive hack. You are telling your brain gym equals fun, right? Gym equal outfits. Gym equal on my phone. Gym equal shopping. Okay? And then you go to gym and brain is like, gym no equal fun. Gym no equal outfit. Gym equal hard. Gym equals sore. Gym equals sweaty. And your brain says, you lie to brain. You lie about fun. In my brain is like cowboy. What? Like just a goose. Now you have this resistance that is so much higher and heavier because you lied to your brain. And now there's on top of just, I don't want to go to the gym, your brain's like, well, I don't either because you told me it was the outfits. It's not the fucking outfits. What is this? You do it in reverse. You start setting your alarm at 6 a.m. every day, right? And I don't care if you move to the couch, you're like, meh, just doom scrolling, having your coffee, looking at the birds, whatever. You are now saying gym equals not fun. Gym equal pain? And your brain starts to get comfortable with that. Gym equal pain. Then you go to the gym and you do a workout. You do a Zumba class. And you know what you feel after? You feel proud of yourself. And your brain says, gym no equal pain. Gym equal proud. And gym equal outfit. And then your brain's like, you lied to brain, but in good way. Thank you. Brain likes lie. Thank you. It's all up from there. It's all good things from there. You front load the bad to trick your brain and be like, yo, this is going to be bad. And then you pleasantly surprise yourself that like, okay, I got this. You want to go to law school? What's the shittiest part and what's the coolest part? Don't start with the cool part. You want to start a business? You want to be an influencer? You want to learn to do your makeup? Start with what you think is tough. And whenever possible, outsource. Outsource. Like if one thing you want to do is like get yourself together, like glam up a little bit, put a little more time into your appearance. I know that can feel very overwhelming. I don't think we talk enough about that, like as women, because there's so many like pieces of content, like TikTok, makeup, and blah, 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 blah. You think like, well, this should be easy. There's more information than ever. You actually drown in it and then you have decision paralysis. I look at like makeup TikTok and I'm like, ugh, like, and I know what I'm doing. I'm not afraid of it, but I'm overwhelmed by it. So if this is something you're new to, forget about it. I can totally understand why it just seems like, oh my God, everyone is so far down this rabbit hole. There's no way I'll catch up. Literally go to Sephora and sit down and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know how to wash my face. Just talk to me like it's my first day on earth. I say that all the time to people. If I'm trying to do a house renovation project or landscape my yard, I say, talk to me like it's my first day on earth. And people are like, okay. This is where you have to put a plant. This is what we call this structure. This is how a wall is made. I'm like, all right. And I always say, this is a stupid question, but this is a stupid question. And never once in my life have I had someone say, that is a stupid question. Ever. I always have someone say, that's actually a good question. No, that's not stupid. You just don't know. I have never, and I know a ton of assholes and douchebags. I have never had someone make me feel stupid for asking a stupid question. And I just say, I literally just don't know. I've never done this, and I don't have an interest in it. Listen, girl, you just got to start. You just got to start. You got to figure out what you want, irrespective of how hard or easy you think it's going to be, because this is where people really get into trouble. And it's tough. I don't blame them, because they're like, all right, I want to be an influencer. What's the easiest way to do that? What's the fastest, easiest way to do that? That question in and of itself is not a bad one. Like, why would you want to pick the hardest, most convoluted path? However, it can color your natural inclinations, right? Like, okay, well, how I can say that I was starting from scratch. Well, I want to be a content creator. What's going to get me the most attention, the most money? OnlyFans. That's what the word on the street is, right? OnlyFans. YouTube subscribers takes a long time to build up a YouTube following, right? People are very judicious about who they subscribe to. OnlyFans, I don't know. It's a whole different ballgame. That seems pretty easy. I don't have to really do much. I have tits. They're already here. Like I don't have to be smart. I don't have to be well read. I just have to be tits. Do you see the problem there? You're chasing the clout, you're chasing the money, you're not chasing the dream. If your dream is to like be a leader or to really share your knowledge, yeah, maybe it isn't OnlyFans. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a podcast. Maybe it's a Substack. Like go where you are truly drawn. Do not, if you continuously be like, well, what's the easiest? What's the easiest? What's the easiest? Have that graduation ceremony for your dreams. And like, they're not gonna happen. Travel. I want to take an international trip. Okay, what's the closest international country? I mean, I guess Canada. Okay, that's not, this metaphor is sort of getting away from me, but I think you guys understand what I mean. You got to just start because listen, girl, you are going to regret things. You are going to regret things. If you're waiting for that point, say this again, if you're waiting for this magic message from inside your psyche, do not tell yourself, well, I'm waiting for constant motivation. I am waiting for zero fear. I'm waiting to feel 100% ready and totally knowledgeable about everything. No, the thing you need to be looking for is terror and regret, because your mind is dressing this up as when you're in the nursing home, you're going to regret it. No, look deeper. You are not like, I wonder if I'll regret this. If you tap into your body, if you truly drop into your body, you are feeling regret now. It's not like, it's not a cerebral question. It is in your bones today. Today. The difference is, think about something that you probably won't regret. Well, what if I regret not getting a full chest piece tattoo? And then like compare the difference. For me, it's kids. Well, gosh, what if I regret not having kids when I'm 80? I feel nothing in my body. But when I say to myself, what if I regret not writing that book? What if I regret not writing my third book? It's in my chest. It's in my jaw. I feel it's this anxiety in my body. The physical difference is night and day, but you have to pause. You have to drop into yourself. You have to be in a quiet room with no distractions and let your psyche speak to you. She is speaking. If you're curious that you're going to regret something, bitch, you probably will. And you do have a pretty narrow window. It is way better to tell yourself that than I have all the time in the world. Okay, sure. Some people work out for the first time when they're 68. Some people love getting into the dating market when they're 53 instead of 33, which is when their husband cheated on them and they realized he was a piece of shit, but they didn't leave. Some people want to be a 41-year-old intern. I don't know. Mostly, though, people wish they'd acted sooner. And I have a feeling that's where you're at. And listen, of course you wish you could rewind the clock 5 years, 10 years, whatever. Start today. If you feel like you're 2 years behind schedule, it's better than 2 years in 1 week. Start today. Get information, but don't just stay in that information stage. Put shit into action. It does not have to be perfect. And listen, this is something we tackle in positive intelligence. Like, this is one of the saboteurs, the stickler. Like, if something's not perfect, I can't act until, well, it's all perfect. That is your inner critic. That is your inner saboteur, literally sabotaging you so that you don't do anything. Act. Do it. A bad decision is better than no decision. The wrong move is better than no move. I know it doesn't seem like it, but you ask any successful person, they're like, absolutely. Why? Because you never lose, you win or you learn. I launch things all the time that fail, and I learn from them. Okay, that's not my forte. I trusted the wrong people because I didn't ask XYZ questions. The market doesn't bear that. The girls don't want it. I didn't enjoy doing it. But if I hadn't tried it, I wouldn't know. So that's why I can do a stand-up comedy routine and like not do that well. I don't even say, like, even if I had bombed, I would never say it like that, because to me, the win is not the crowd laughed. The win is that I fucking did it. The win is that that was a dream in my heart. I did it. Scratch that itch. I don't know that I need to do it again. Maybe one day. But I'm so proud of myself that I overcame something. The overcoming is the win. The overcoming is the win. You think it's the hard part. It's actually the cool part. It's the cool part. When I think of my books that I wrote, I don't remember the book party. I don't remember the release day. I don't remember the reviews. I remember writing them. I remember the hard part. Because every day I sat down and every day I opened that laptop, I was proving to myself, I am doing this. I can do this. And when I try to do something new, I touch back to those difficult parts. I don't remember what I talked about in my comedy routine. I remember walking up to the stage and thinking, I'm going to die. I touch back to that as my battery source and my power and my strength. Not the routine, not the applause, not the book reviews, the hardship. I touch back to that. I know I can do this new thing because I overcame that feeling that told me you're going to die. I didn't. So go out there and live the life you've imagined. I know a lot of people who haven't. They live right outside my door, and no wonder they hate me. And you. They should. We're not meant for that life. You're not meant just to be a dreamer. You're not. You're not. You're not. No, I rebuke that. So girls, happy graduation day. This is a new era. This is a new chapter. It's time to step into it. All right, girls, I'll see you later. I'll see you later for Even Monday. Okay, bye.